For the longest time, my setup has been anchored by the LG monitor. I mean, it's a beast, and it's been the standard 27-inch gaming. But I've been feeling that I wanted more. Not just speed, but actual immersion. I wanted a screen that wraps around my vision. That's when I decided to test drive the KTC H32S17. Now you might hear KTC, and who are KTC? But here is a secret that the tech industry knows. KTC has been the manufacturing muscle behind the biggest names out there in the world. Brands like Samsung, NEC, and ViewSonic. I mean, they made screens for Samsung, so they must have some top-class quality control. But now they're releasing monitors under their own name. So today I'm not just reviewing a spec sheet, I'm actually swapping my main monitor with a 32-inch 1500R curved display that supposedly will make gaming more immersive. Alright, so how about we unbox it together? Here is our box. It's a big box, but let's unbox it and see what's inside. Here, out of the box, here it is. As you can see here, we have our stand right there. This will hold the screen from the back, and then we have our stand that will stay on the table, and then we do have the screen here. Try to drop it. Here is the screen itself. Make sure you take it off properly because I might break it here. Oh, that's nice. This is our screen. As you can see here, 32-inch curved screen. Feels really nice actually. Let me show you how you actually put it together. So you only need 2 screws for this. As you can see here, I have 2 screws. Put them like this together. As you can see, there are 2 holes there where you put your screws, and that's done with the stand. Just 1 minute and your stand is done. How do we clip the screen into this? It's quite simple, let me show you. This is no ideal position for me, but you need to put the stand here and then press, and that's it. There is a little button there, as you can see. If you press that button, you can take the stand off. And that's the whole setting up process. It's quite simple. Also, here is your power brick. It's a decent size and it's 2 parts. You can take it off and you have a decent length as well. Then you have your HDMI cable. This HDMI cable supports higher refresh rates and it's a decent length as well. So the build quality of it is not bad at all. As you can see here, we have 2 red lines coming across it there. It's just plastic. The whole thing is made out of plastic, but seems really high quality plastic. Also, you do have a hinge, so it does go up or down the screen, or down, as you can see here. So this is also useful, but it does not go around. You cannot switch it around or anything. But the build quality is very, very good. I'm very impressed with the build quality, especially with this price. So what they did is they kept the bezels really slim around. Why? This is very crucial for big screens because you want that feeling that the screen is kind of floating in front of you, especially a curved screen. And a huge bonus point, they put a joystick at the back so you don't have so many buttons to fiddle around with and you cannot really find the right button. It's just one joystick that controls everything. At the back we have 4 ports. We have 2 HDMIs and 2 display ports. And then as you can see, the stand looks really slick and the screen is sleek and modern and ready to go. Alright, so let's get into the real test. Here is my LG 27-inch IPS display. Next to it is my KTC 32-inch HVA display. And the difference in vibe is quite immediate. Just like how immediate you will hit the subscribe button. Alright, let's be honest, the LG looks great for color accuracy, but look at the KTC. Because using the HVA fast panel technology, the blacks look incredibly deep. We're talking about seeing details in the shadows that are incredibly hard to see on other screens. This has 120% sRGB gamut, and honestly, the punchiness of the colors does rival my main screen easily. But the game changer is the curve. Because it's a 1500R curvature, I mean, if it was on a 27-inch screen, that would be pretty useless, but it's a 32-inch screen, so it sort of wraps around your vision. Your peripheral vision will be seeing stuff as you play in the game. Especially when playing an FPS game. I've been crazy about the new Battlefield RedSec, and it feels less like I'm watching the game rather than I'm more immersed inside the environment. This is actually crazy to me. The panel is pushing 1440p, which is perfect for Xbox and PlayStation 5, and also you have 165Hz refresh rate, which is crazy. A curved screen with 165 refresh rate, 1440p, with this price, I mean, just take my money. And the kicker is you have 1 ms MPRT response time. That means there is absolutely no delay from you touching the controller and seeing what's happening in the game. Oh, for PS gamers, they also added this feature where you can put crosshairs in the middle of the screens. improving your accuracy. I think it's a neat little advantage. It's not that amazing advantage, but I mean, it will give you a crosshair in the middle in case you carry a weapon that doesn't have one. There's a little feature also that I really enjoyed when playing Battlefield Red Stick and also Call of Duty, which was a feature called the black equalizer. What it does, it will adjust the areas of the black shadows and increase the details there so you can easily spot the enemies, and this happens without blowing out the bright areas. It's really great when spotting enemies laying in the dark, you know, the campers and how they do. And you also have an FPS counter that you can enable at the top right there if your game does not support an FPS counter. But there is also a built-in timer in case you want to track your cooldowns or eventually want to touch some grass at some point in your life. It is also an HDR screen, and you have G-Sync and FreeSync you can enable from the settings, so there are no more screen tearing seeing when you're playing in the game. And the build quality is quite good. The LG is more expensive and this one seems to have the same build quality. The materials are plastic, but they do feel premium and have no problem with it whatsoever. There's one thing that I noticed that I don't like, which how fast the screen gathers the fingerprints. As you can see here, I touched the screen a couple of times when I was setting it up, and you can see the marks right there on my hands. Even if you try to wipe it just with dry paper, it's not gonna budge. You need something like a spray just to get rid of them. So this is something I have to say about the screen, because my LG does not do that. So if you want to bring your setup to life with an immersive, massive display, this is definitely a fantastic choice. With very minimum drawbacks, an amazing display, and a very sexy price, this is something you cannot go wrong with. And if 32 inches is too big for you, then they do have some other options of sizes you can pick from for your setup. So if you want to buy this monitor for your setup, they now have a Black Friday deal. You can check the link out in the description below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you like the channel, subscribe, and peace.